Our next topic is biodiversity, or you can say diversity in the living world. The topics which needs to be studied are biodiversity, systematics, identification, nomenclature. Biodiversity. We are going to split this biodiversity into two words. First is bio, which stands for life, and diversity, which stands for variation. It means variation in life forms. Now, this variation occurs in which section? First, it occurs in morphology, size, color, anatomy, habitats, and habits. Again, I am repeating morphology means functions of the body, the size, whether it is small or large, color, which kind of color it is presented, or you can say that they are having which kind of body color. It may be black, orange, red, etc. Anatomy. Anatomy means study of the physical organs. It is said to be what? Anatomy. Habitats means in which kind of region they are living. Tropical, polar, desert, etc. And habits. Now, what kind of food habits they are having? So, we are able to see the variation in life forms in this kind of matter. Morphology, size, color, anatomy, habitats, and habits. 1.57 to 1.8 million of species of organisms are known to the botanist and zoologist, out of which 1.25 million are animals and 0.5 million are plant. Again, I am repeating 1.7 to 1.8 million species of animals and plants are known to the botanist and zoologist, out of which 1.25 million are of animals and 0.5 million are of plants. Let us study about systematics. What do you mean by systematics? Systematics is nothing but a branch of biology that deals with cataloging plants, animals and other organisms into categories that can be named, compared and studied. It means this branch of the biology helps in dividing the plants and animals into such kind of categories which can be help for the further studies. They can be named, compared with each other for the further advancement. Now, this knowledge which we are getting by studying these plants and animals are useful for our own purposes. Consider it is useful in medical field, agriculture field, and many other fields. Now, our another topic is identification. What do you mean by identification? Identification. It means finding the correct name and place of organism in a systematic classification. Again, I am repeating. What do you mean by identification? It means to find the correct name and place of an organism in a system of classification. Now, this is done with the help of some key points which is carried out by determining the similarity with already known organisms. Means we know the organisms and we are comparing them and we are finding out that what similarities are present between them. On the basis of the similarities, we are doing the further identification. Nomenclature. It is the process of standardize the naming of living organism. Means it is the process where we give the standard name to the organism. Means we are providing them the common name to that organism which can be studied by the same name over all the world. Again, I am repeating what is nomenclature. It is the process of standardize the naming of living organism. Means we are giving the standard name to the living organism which can be known to overall world by the same name of that particular organism. Here, nomenclature is divided into two. First is ICBN. It means International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. Botanical studies stands for plants. Here means the scientists are providing the name to the plants on the basis of this nomenclature. And ICZN International Code of Zoological Nomenclature for the animals. It means the zoologists are providing the names to the animals on the basis of this nomenclature. Remember this, that botany stands for plants and zoology stands for animal. Botany is the study of plants and zoology is the study of animals. Biological nomenclature. Now, this system is universally accepted to provide the scientific name to the known organism. Again, I am repeating biological nomenclature. It is the universally accepted principles to provide the scientific name to known organisms. Means the organisms which we are aware already, now this system is providing them a scientific name. Now here each name is having the two components. First is generic name, which, which is for genus, and specific epithet, which stands for species. Again, I am repeating, each name has the two components. The first component is for genus, which is generic name. Another component is specific epithet, which stands for the species name. This genus, species, already you have studied in 9th standard, but then also we will revise in our upcoming session, that is taxonomy. As this system is providing us the two components in a name, it is also called as binomial nomenclature. Again, I am repeating, as this system is providing us the two components in a name, it is also called as binomial nomenclature. Binomial means two. Now, this system of nomenclature was provided by Carolus Linnaeus. Again, I am repeating, this system of nomenclature was provided by Carolus Linnaeus. Let us take some few examples. What is the binomial nomenclature for mango? For the mango, it is Mangifera indica. Here, Mangifera stands for generic name and indica stands for species name. Again, I am repeating, mango, it is Mangifera indica. Here, Mangifera stands for genus and indica stands for species. Let us start with the universal rules of nomenclature. Here, the biological names which we are providing to the organisms are generally in Latin. But when you are writing them, it is always written in italics. It means that the organisms which whom we are giving the scientific name are in Latin. But when you are writing, it is in italics. Our second rule suggests that the name which we are giving them, means biological name, has the two components. As it is having the two components, it is said to be what? Binomial nomenclature. In that, the first component represents the genus. Okay, so the first component represents the genus, whereas the second component represents the specific epithet. Now let us see our third rule. Both the words which we are writing in biological name, when we are writing, means when it is handwritten, we have to underline them separately. See, for example, human. The scientific name of human is Homo sapiens. As you can see, I have underlined separately. But when you are printing, it is printed in italics. Let us. Our fourth rule suggests that the first word which we are using to denote the genus names, it starts with a capital letter, whereas the specific epithet starts with a small letter. For example, Mangifera indica. As you can see that Mangifera is for genus name, whereas indica is for species name. Here in Mangifera, M is capital and in species name, that is indica, I is written in small letter. Classification. What do you mean by the classification? It is a process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories based on some easily observable characteristics. It means we can divide the organism on the basis of their characteristics into the convenient categories. Here, the classification helps in maintaining or it makes the study of organism convenient for us. Here we have already studied systematic. What is systematic? The branch of biology which deals with the classification. Here, the word systematic is derived from the Latin word systema. Again, I am saying the systematic is a branch of biology which deals with the classification. Here, the word systematic is derived from the word systema, which is a Latin word. It means that the systematic arrangement of organisms. It means it is a systematic arrangement of organism. Again, I am repeating, why do we need the classification? We need the classification so that we can divide the organism into convenient categories. Means we can divide them into the categories so that we can study them easily. Now, how we are dividing these organisms? We are dividing this organism on the basis of some categories which we can see in them. Okay, and the systematic branch of biology which studies the classification. Systematic is a word derived from the Latin word systema, which means systematic arrangement of organisms. Now, the Linnaeus used this word systematic in as a Systema Naturae as the title of his publication. Means he published his theories, and this theories he gave the name Systema Naturae. Now let us see what I mean by taxonomy. What is taxonomy? It is nothing but a process of classification. Again, I am repeating, what is taxonomy? It is a process of classification on the basis of external and internal structure. Again, I am repeating, the classification on the basis of external and internal structure along with internal structure of the cell development, process and ecological information, which is known as taxonomy. Again, I am repeating, what is taxonomy? It is nothing but a process of classification. On what basis we are classifying? We are classifying on the basis of the external and internal structure along with the internal structure of the cell, development and ecological information, which is known as what? Taxonomy.